In this video, I want to take a look at using flash animations with Easy Animator. Now, what I've got here is obviously it's a looping clock animation, and this animation really, the timing isn't really important. In other words, the hands on the clock don't have to be at a specific point, and all that kind of stuff. It's just a loop, and generally it's going to get the idea across and create a time-based visual metaphor. And so there's really no need to be scrutinizing any kind of timing on this. It just loops and it's no big deal. And so that's why this particular animation works just fine. I'm going to go ahead and import a different one. I'm sending you these freebies today just so that you can use these great, but they aren't ideal for using inside of Easy Animator, and I want to show you why. So this one is a little wallet. It doesn't really matter what it is. Let me actually do one that's a little bit easier to see, this sailboat here. So you can see that what it's doing is it's kind of doing a build, and the very first time it works pretty fine, but as it continues to loop, it will get out of sync, and that's because I've got this set right now to about a second. We're working on adjusting the timing on this, but right now it comes in a little bit over a second, I believe, and then we've got 3 seconds here, and then we got another a little over a second here. So it's about 5.5 seconds, I'm guessing, that the sequence takes place in. And this animation, I happen to know, is 135 frames at 25 frames a second. So it's whatever that is. It's a little over 5. It's almost a match, but not quite. And so it gets out of sync. And so these kinds of animations aren't ideal for Easy Animator Pro. You can get good results out of them. I'm just saying when they're timed, they might get out of sync, and the loop is not as ideal for working with these types of animations. Again, you may get perfectly fine results, but these are the sorts of animations I personally would avoid using. And there's tons of other animations, of course, but what you're really wanting to do, if you're going to use all of the segments in, pause, and out, you might not want to have it do this. Now I might have a character come in and wave and everything, and I might want to do that by using an in and a pause animation but not having an out animation, and that's easy enough to do, and you can probably get great results with that. Usually when you're exporting to your video program, you can cut out anything that you don't want to have display, including in Explain to You, which I've covered in other videos. So there's that. I also wanted to talk real quickly about why we have nested and the normal. The normal animations are all the animations on a timeline. In fact, I'll open up Flash here in a second and I'll show you. But the nested animations are in a movie clip, so they loop automatically that way. And so that's why we offer them. In Explain to You, in particular, you can get different results that way. So let's do a nested movie clip here first. Just click on this one. You can see that there's on the main timeline here is just a single dot. That's because all the keyframes are inside of a movie clip. Whereas if I look at a non looping, or this is not in a movie clip, all of the frames are on the main timeline. And so in a program like Explain to You, it would play this only once and stop, whereas the animation, if it was in a nested or movie clip, it would loop. And so the looping is ideal for working with Easy Animator, and so that's why I tend to use the nested, and that's why I offer both, so that you have the value of using it inside of Explain to You and potentially other programs like Video Maker FX and Camtasia, and so you have both options. And so that's why we offer or provide you with both of those different things. But that's basically how you work with animations. Everything else of course just works. Now you can save it out to SWF or MOV, and we are working on a GIF option and a few other things. So I hope you have a lot of fun with this.